is Rachel.
And Stephanie.
This is the Ginger Snap Podcast. Welcome back to episode 11, part 2. Things that make our inner child smile. Had a little hiccup with the last episode, but we're back. This is, again, the final episode of the first season. So, yay.
Hey!
Excited.
Season 1.
Yeah. So, the last episode, Stephanie was telling us about her favorite scary movie and Furbies.
Yeah, the Gremlins freaked me out when
they were kind of scary. I don't remember seeing the movie as a child, but as an adult I have. But I just thought they were cute.
I got my Furby before I actually watched the movie. And then got scared of my Furby and had to get rid of it.
So for me, I still have this phobia today because of this movie. And I could not watch the whole thing. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Creepy one.
It wasn't so much scary as, I don't like flocks of bird now. 1 or 2 is okay, but you get a whole flock of them? No, thank you.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah.
Have you read the story?
No.
It's a completely different storyline than completely different story. The only thing that's the same is the birds terrorizing.
Yeah.
That is the only thing they kept. Yeah.
You know what's funny is that I thought that I was terrified of that movie. But I could watch the original Poltergeist at 8, 9 years old. Did not scare me at all. I was actually intrigued by that movie.
Yeah. It's wild how our mind and what freaks out one person doesn't phase another one.
Mm-hmm.
But vice versa. It happened because I was terrified of scary movies, but I loved watching paranormal documentary stuff and ghost hunting things.
Yeah.
But my cousin that I grew up really close to, who was only a year older than me, she was the exact opposite. She loved horror movies, but she could not watch documentaries. We were the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So moving on from scary movies. So I guess a couple of years ago, I noticed that I started having a habit of collecting office supplies. And I'm like, where did this come from? I would buy things that weren't really necessary. And it was just kind of like, well, maybe I would use work as an excuse. Maybe I might need this. And I don't want to have to take the time to go hunt for it from someone else. Let me just go. It's not a big deal. Keep it at my desk, whatever. But in thinking about it, guess where it come from?
Anne Frank. I mean, Lisa Frank.
I mean, I do have a fascination with Anne Frank that stems from childhood, but yes, Lisa Frank.
You know what, though? It could have also come from Frank. That just gave me a connection in my mind between Anne Frank and Lisa Frank. Because Anne Frank wrote in her diary, journals, pencils, notebook paper, pens, erasers.
I never thought about it that way.
I just now made that connection.
I don't know the history behind Lisa Frank, but now I have to research and go down a rabbit hole.
I can send you a link. Bailey Sarian actually did an episode of her Dark History series on the history of Lisa Frank. Okay. I will say she does a really good job. I'm sad Dark History ended, but she had like a whole team of people, like a whole filming crew and stuff, like had a contract with YouTube for it and everything.
Yeah.
So she did her thorough research.
Let's see your nails again because I was laughing and I didn't really like pay attention to the. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely giving Lisa Frank vibes for sure. All the vibrant colors and the print.
there we go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anne Frank. I can't. Gosh.
My awesome nail who actually said Anne Frank today instead of Lisa Frank without realizing. And I knew who she meant too.
Yeah.
It took me 2 seconds to realize, but no, that tracks. Maybe in her conscious mind she was thinking like
Maybe.
office supplies,
Yeah.
diary, you know? Could have been. I just now made.
Yeah. What was your favorite Lisa Frank item?
I had a paper with like a baby leopard on it, like a leopard cub or whatever they're called. It was like a little baby leopard. I love Trapper.
Yeah. I had a bunch of those too, not the Lisa Frank ones, but I love the little purple and yellow kittens and the dolphins.
Yep.
I had so many of the coloring books. I can't sit here and name everything that I had, but I really liked the stencils.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I had a favorite notebook too, I think with like the 2 dolphins on it.
Mm-hmm. I remember going to Sam's Club as a kid, and my neighbor's mom babysat me, and she was buying one for her daughter. They had like this, I think it was maybe like $20, and you got this big set of Lisa Frank stuff, just a bunch of random stuff. And,
Cool.
she was buying that for her, and, I'm like, oh, feeling kind of left out. And she's like, well, if your mom will pay me back, I'll, get this for her. And so I got in so much trouble for telling her, yeah, my mom would pay her back for it.
Oh, that was very bold of you.
Yeah,
wow.
I had to work that off.
Oh,
I had to work it off, but yeah.
Worth it though, probably.
I'm surprised I got to keep it, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
maybe your mom thought it'd be like rude to her if
yeah, I don't know.
Or had to like get rid of it or whatever.
Mm. Yeah. Who knows?
I don't.
Yeah, that was the only time I did that though. I learned my lesson.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Yep.
But yeah, the whole Trapper Keeper thing. I think I had a few of those, but I don't know. It was just the idea of, I don't know, having all my stuff in place, like being super organized or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It had me feeling like I had my life together.
That's the way stationery in general makes me feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel more organized when I have, office supplies.
I mean, even now, like I don't. It sucks to like spend a whole bunch of money at once on that stuff, but like even buying school supplies for my kids, like I don't mind it because I just think it's fun to pick that stuff out or to let them pick out what they want, like their case, backpacks and everything. Like it's fun.
So the difference between where you're at and where I am, I don't know how, tax and things work up there, but we have sales tax. And so, okay. So we have tax-free weekends during like right before school starts. School supplies, clothing, anything that even for college, things that you would need, laptops, notebook, like all the stuff, tax-free.
We don't have that here.
Okay. So because it's tax-free, now right now I'm homeschooling my only child that's still in school. But when he was still in public school, I would intentionally buy a bulk pack of, what Post-it notes, paper clips, whatever it was that he needed. I would buy the bigger version of that as an excuse to be able to have it at home too, whether I needed it or not. I would give him, everything that they asked for on the list, everything that he needed. And, of course, like if throughout the year, if he said, hey, I need more of XYZ, well, go in there and get it. You know where it's at.
Yep.
So
that's a good.
I felt like I saved money by doing it that way, whether I used it or not.
I buy the really big packs because they go through so pencil, and they love the mechanical ones. So I buy like the really big pack. With all the.
I bought one for school that I have been using and I have been fighting with the whole time. I'm not going to say the brand. It's not a brand that I typically buy, but literally, like, I'm not even having that much pressure when I'm writing. Every 2 to 3 words, the lead breaks. And it's like,
is it, what point is it? Is it
ridiculous?
7?
I don't even know. Honestly. I'd have to look at it.
I don't know. 0.7, that's the lead that my kids, for some, they prefer that to whatever else.
Yeah. I was so frustrated on Tuesday during lecture that the way we sit, we have a table and 2 chairs for every table. And so the girl that sits next to me, she just slid over another pencil and I was like, okay, thank you, cool. And I tried to give it back to her. She's like, no, you can keep it. I'm like, I don't need your pencil. Like, she's like, no, it's fine.
Aw.
Like, okay, thank you. I can go buy a new pencil. But yeah, she could tell I was really getting frustrated because I'm sitting here, I'm like trying to keep up with the instructor and write all these notes and like all this stuff. And like every 2 seconds, I'm like having to replace the lead because it keeps breaking.
I mean, yeah, every 2 to 3 words, that would.
It's ridiculous. I was ready to throw the pencil.
Yeah, like you're just trying to do no.
Yeah.
Do your. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That I get from.
So keeping with our theme.
Yeah. What was your favorite backpack?
Oh,
because I had backpacks. I used to collect.
Okay, so I didn't get this until I started middle school, but it was still in the 90s. It was 96. They were so popular. None of the stores carried them. You had to order them from a catalog. Yeah.
Okay.
LL Bean.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic. Mine was I was in elementary school and it was the year that Aladdin came out and they had Genie backpack and it was literally like this big blue backpack with just a close up of his face on it. That was my favorite backpack. So cool. I wish I would have kept it.
Did you have one of the plastic 80s lunch boxes that come with the matching thermos?
Yes.
I had one, but I cannot remember what the character was. I want to say it was Strawberry Shortcake. It might have been My Little Pony. I don't remember.
Mine were like everything I had was like Disney movies, anything like that. I think I had a Little Mermaid, and then later on I had Lion. I think my first one was Little Mermaid, and then Lion came out, and I got that one. Pretty sure. But yeah, there was a lot of them though. I mean, they had one.
Oh yeah, every movie. I feel like every movie or TV show. My cousin had a Ninja Turtles.
Okay, yeah, sure,
yeah,
so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was really into like Aladdin. I don't know what it was. I just really loved Aladdin.
I mean, it's up there. It's in my top 10. Yeah.
I had like this big Jasmine eraser. I think I even had like, I forget what cereal it was, but they had like the prizes at the bottom, and they had like Aladdin spoons, and I had like a like you could
Oh, I
collect them
remember
and
those,
they,
like the color changing spoons. Yeah.
yeah, the milk. Yep. I
I
had a
think I had the
jasmine.
one with a boo on it.
Oh, yep. Oh, boo.
I remember having, no, I don't think it was Barbie brand, but the dolls, the Aladdin and Jasmine dolls. And
Okay,
then
yep.
Aladdin come with the lamp, and he come with Abu, and his like not his hand, I guess whatever his paw was like this. That way he could just kind of like hold on to Aladdin's arm.
Aw.
And then I remember having the magic lamp, and it was like an 8 ball, but it was the lamp, and it had the little lid on the top. That way you could shake it and ask it a question and open the lid and whatever it said. I
Ooh,
loved
I
that thing.
a Pocahontas alarm clock, and the top, like the button on the top, was Miko. Like he
Oh,
was the button. So when you like
I love
turn the alarm off,
Pocahontas. Yeah.
would go down. Yeah, it was cute. Then I had a Pocahontas, I think, nightgown. It was like a little night
Mm,
dress, and I think I had jasmine pajamas too.
I had the Jasmine one, and oh my gosh, it was the one that it was probably made of polyester. It was scratchy. It was long sleeve. It went down to your knees like the dress type. But I loved the design, but I hated that thing.
No, I was gonna say the same thing. I remember the jasmine pajamas scratchy, and then the
Mhm.
night dress came out, and I was like, oh, this is way more. So I wore that one.
Yeah. I remember I didn't have many like princess like clothes or whatever or Disney characters, but I remember having that, and I remember having a Lion King outfit. It was brown shorts with the pattern, whatever and then like a cream colored shirt with Simba on it. And then I had the Nala and Simba that kiss, like their
Yeah.
noses touched.
Oh my!
I had
Reason
that.
my just popped in as you were saying. My cousin had those.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I had a
Yep. I remember
pillow.
mouth.
I had a throw pillow for my bed that had different scenes of the Lion King movie. I absolutely loved it. And my friend, she had Nala earrings, like they were the little dangly earrings. And I was so jealous because I wasn't allowed to have my ears pierced. I
Yep.
didn't get
I
my
wasn't.
ears pierced. Um, it wasn't agreed that I could have my ears pierced until I was in the 8th grade.
I
So,
begged. I was not going to be allowed to until I was freaking 16.
oh wow.
I begged and begged as a kid. Got them pierced.
Hmm. I
For some, I don't know. My mom must have like talked to somebody that convinced her, like, hey, she can get like she's old enough to get her ears pierced. She can take care of them and wear like little post ones. So I wasn't allowed to have the dangly one, which is
mhm.
probably why I love rings now because like it was
I'm
such a
not a
big
big
deal. Like I
fan.
wear dangly ones. I could only wear little posts.
Yeah. That's basically what happened to me. I was at my aunt and uncle's house, and my aunt and I were talking, and she was like, "You don't have your ears pierced." Like, well, no, this was 8th grade, and I just was like, "Yeah, I'm not allowed to." Well, why? They were from up north. They lived in Maryland, and they had recently moved here. This was my grandmother's brother and his wife. And
Okay.
she's just like, why won't they let you get your ears pierced? I'm like, I don't know. I just can't have them. And that same night, she asked my dad, why can't she get her ears pierced? Why won't you let her have them? And he was like, whatever. And, I guess that weekend or not long after that, I was at the mall getting my ears pierced.
Nice.
So,
Sometimes
yeah.
like as an idea in our head, like, oh, I don't really want my kid doing that until like whatever age.
Yeah.
And then talk to other parents and then really you get a different perspective. Like, is it really that
Well,
big of a deal? Things just
so
really
my dad grew up with a mother that believed if God wanted me to have that in my body or on my body, he would have put it there. So having the extra hole in your ear or whatever, God didn't put it there. So all, in her mind, it didn't belong. That was the way she was raised. And I'm sure that was the way my great grandmother was raised, and just the whole generational, So after talking to her, I don't know if it's like the light bulb clicked or whatever, but I wasn't that way with my child. We never discussed it. I did not get her ears pierced as a baby. And she's actually doing the same with hers. So we had agreed that until she asks for it, we weren't going to bring it up. We weren't going to like shield her from it. If we were in a store and somebody was getting their ears pierced, we weren't going to be like, oh, don't look,
Yeah.
Yeah. But if she, depending on her, so she was, I think, either kindergarten or first grade. So somewhere between 5 and 7 years old is when she got her ears pierced, because we were at the mart one day, and we were at the jewelry counter, and she saw someone sitting in the chair getting their ears pierced. And I was like, oh, I didn't know they did that here. I thought you had to like go to the mall, to one of the stores in the mall, and do that. And she asked, and I was like, okay, well, we got to go ask your dad. I don't know that we can do it today, but because usually we would go in there and he would take one kid, I'd take the other, and we'd go our own ways. And, he'd have a list, I'd have a list, and we'd meet in the middle, was the plan, to just be with having 2 kids in there, like to just get it done, whatever. And I found him, we talked about it, and she left with her ears pierced that day.
Okay. I got mine done blonde, but my kids haven't asked. Like I don't, like, if they want to color their hair or whatever, as black hair now. But
she was 13. Oh my gosh, she begged and begged and begged in elementary school, and I put my foot down. I'm like, no, we're not. You're not going to dye your hair, right? So the transition of 5th grade to 6th grade, she asked me, she wanted to bleach her hair. And I said, okay. And her reaction was like, what? Like, you're really going to let me do this? I'm like, it's summer break. Whenever you're getting older, just a way for you to express yourself. I wanted you to be a little bit more mature and understand what you were really doing. And I didn't want you to damage your hair.
Right.
She had beautiful, I mean, she still does, but even though it's dyed right now, but her hair naturally, when she was born, it was blonde. And then as she got like summertime, it would lighten up, but in the wintertime, it was more auburn.
Yeah.
And
because you're in.
Yeah. And so I don't know if you remember or not in pictures that I've shared over the years, but her hair would always have a natural, like, reddish highlight to it, to the point where at 4 years old, my mother-in-law thought that I was dyeing her hair. I'm like, why would I do that? It is completely natural.
Right. Yeah.
It's only natural that I have red hair. Why would she not have, a hint of red in her hair? It's a strong gene. For as many people in our family that has red hair. So.
Right. I don't know.
The little things, though, that make us happy. Like, I was so excited to get my ears pierced.
Lane had strawberry blonde as a baby, and then it turned more blonde. Then it started to get darker.
Yeah, she's dark. If she would leave it alone and not dye it, her hair is red now. But she has it dyed black.
Yeah.
She has ghost roots too, though, but they're purple.
I miss my Vivids, but I gotta go.
Yeah.
Before I cut. Or, I mean, well, I'll cut it, but then before I color it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anne Frank, Lisa Frank, whatever. Cut my hair, dye my hair, whatever. Just swinging it.
I'm surprised Lisa Frank doesn't have like a line of hair dye.
And why doesn't she?
I don't know.
That's
She had other didn't they come out with an eyeshadow palette a couple years ago? Yeah.
Smoothie blender that I had and then I broke it washing it.
Yeah, they need to come out with a hairline.
I had a smoothie blender. It was they had a few different designs. I had the tie-dye one. I think they had a leopard print and then they had one other one. I can't remember. But they had three different ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the tie. So they've had everything. Why doesn't she have hair color? Lisa Frank on that.
Have to send them an email.
Back to Dark History with Bailey Sarian again. Maybe she answers that question. I just forgot about it. I don't know. I'll have to go back. I'll watch that episode again. Probably want to put a podcast. Watch. Yeah, that's man. That would sell so well.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
All the 30s and 40s that like to have colored hair. I would stock up. Well, I think we've covered quite a bit things from our childhood now with our 2-part episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've pretty much covered. Yeah, even a little bit of history.
Mm-hmm.
And piecing. Real one. Thank you for inspiring young girls to write and buy school supplies.
Be their most authentic self.
Yes.
She has definitely inspired me a lot.
Oh, me too. All right. Well, this has been fun. Stay tuned for season 2. We are still kind of getting our groove, but we are definitely getting a feel for this whole podcasting thing more so than we were when we started. We've been at this for about 6 or 7 months now, so we're, getting a little experience. We're amping it up a little bit for season 2. Really excited. We got some cool stuff planned. So thank you everyone for sticking with us. We appreciate you guys.
Appreciate your feedback too, because we've had some people give us some feedback that's very like constructive criticism type stuff. So we'll definitely keep that in mind when planning season 2, which is not going to be too far from now. Just a little short break to regroup and rethink some things.
And plan and prepare.
Yeah, but season 1 though is going to be something that you're really going to want to I lost my train of thought.
Season 1 or season 2?
Huh?
Are you talking about season 1 or season 2?
Season 2.
Oh, because you said season.
The season. Sorry, episode 1 of season 2 is one that you're really going to be looking out for. It's going to be. It's going to be fire. Let's put it that way.
It's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be something totally unexpected. Long time coming. Throwing little Easter eggs here and there.
Super excited. My nails look like Easter.
Yep. Actually, if you want, like, not really a sneak peek, but if you want to know what we're talking about, you need to go over to TikTok in a couple of weeks, because we'll be kind of hinting at some things here and there that'll give you some clues as to what episode 1 of season 2 is going to be about.
Yep. For sure.
Actually, there's clue number 1 on there right now in the story.
It is. Yep. You guys should go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Like and subscribe. Follow that notification bell.
Comment ideas. Send us your questions, ideas for topics. We're going to be doing theories and a little bit of mental health, like nutrition and things like that for next season. So send us your thoughts and ideas. if there's any mental health theories or anything that you want us to research and talk about. Or if you want to share your testimony, we do that too.
Yep. We are open to pretty much anything.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously within reason.
Right.
Be kind, be nice, be open-minded.
Or you can hashtag leave. Sorry, it's an
Right
inside joke. It's an inside joke. If you watch our lives, you know that's
It, yeah. Maybe I'll tell the
sorry.
story.
And I
One of
told you I'm in a mood today, so I'm just dishing it out.
I should probably tell that story in season 2 because that's just so bizarre. Like
You should.
to get
We should just tell bizarre stories.
there you go. We could do an episode of
Mhm.
Bizarre Story.
Yep. Yep. I almost opened my mouth about something that's coming soon in season 2, and I caught myself.
Oh,
So there's plenty of surprises coming in the next couple of months. Hopefully, we can get some things taken care of and a lot of
yeah.
things to be excited about.
We're super excited.
Mhm.
We will see you guys soon. Thank you so
Yep.
much for being here.
We appreciate
We
you
will see
guys.
you guys season 2. Bye.
Bye.